welcome to my table. I'm Angie from Wish Upon a Star, and we're event planners and tablescape stylists, and we are now coming up to our very busy time of the year because when there is a holiday like Christmas, Hanukkah, American Thanksgiving, that's when people think about entertaining at home. So we're planning our curated tablescapes for these holidays, but at the moment we're in October and there's one very big holiday that we actually won't be styling. It doesn't really go with what we do, and that is Halloween. Now, I've always thought of it as something that the Americans dreamed up, some kind of American holiday. But I was curious, so I did look into the origins of it, and it did actually start in the Middle Ages. In Ireland, in fact, it was the Celtic people of Ireland and Scotland who used to celebrate the end of autumn with their harvest and celebrate the start of winter. It was called something different then, but it became All Hallows Eve, and that was later shortened to Halloween. Now, they also thought that it was the night that those who had died came to life again, and so you had ghosts and spirits walking the streets. Now, this made people quite anxious, as you can imagine. And so what they did apparently was to leave food outside their front door, you know, savoury and sweet treats, in the hope that this would ward off the evil spirits, would stop them wanting to enter people's homes and just go away with the savoury food and the sweet treats as well. And they went one step further than that actually, because they were worried that these ghosts and ghoulies might get them. They also started donning masks and putting on ghost costumes, all manner of costumes, really to disguise themselves in the hope that the ghosts and spirits would think that they were ghosts and spirits too and leave them alone. So that's basically how the tradition of trick and treating apparently started, and of course dressing up. And well, it is one of the most popular holidays apparently in America after Christmas. So they must be doing something right, mustn't they? But I'm going to leave that to everybody else at the moment. Now, my children are grown up, but if I'm blessed with grandchildren in the future, I know that I will change my mind completely. I know that I will be creating lots of Halloween parties and decorating not only the dining room but the house with all kinds of, you know, spiders' webs, and I'll be getting people to dress up as something out of the Addams Family or the Munsters. I know it's going to be great fun, but I'll leave that for a while, and I thought today I would share with you a tablescape that I have created. Now, as you've gathered, I won't be leaving my illuminated pumpkins outside the front door this October the 31st, but I will be placing them on my table. And so if, like me, you're not really into Halloween, but you'd like to celebrate in some way and invite your family and friends over, then why not have an elegant Halloween party, still having lots of pumpkins, but instead of all the spiders and the bats and everything else, maybe put some really beautiful embellished lovebirds instead. On this table I've got lots of things like lavender, eucalyptus, and of course candlelight, fairy lights, and lots of other things as well. So please stay with me till the end of this video, because I will show you how I put this table together, and might even show you actually how I decorated my pumpkins to bring them up to another level, and hopefully you might get some tips and you might do the same as well. A blue cheesecloth runner forms the base of this centrepiece, which is then adorned with our hand-decorated pumpkins and candlesticks. We have candlelight and fairy light, a garland of eucalyptus with our own dried lavender, which evokes a feeling of well-being into the room. And all this is watched over by our pair of lovebirds. We then put down our place settings, starting with our bespoke chargers, our petal plates, and here we have our Furnivals Denmark Blue tea set. As well as using the pumpkins for the centrepiece, well, you could always decorate your place settings with a pumpkin for each guest. Next to go on the table will be the cutlery or silverware, and the napkins I've used actually complement the runner. And finally, it's time to place the champagne flutes and wine glasses. And so the table is set. And if you would like any of this tableware or decor, please send me a message in the comments and I'll send you the links. So there is something I wanted to share with you. At Wish Upon a Star, we provide a tablescape for hire service when you're entertaining at home. And sometimes, when we're looking for table decor or accessories to create our table centerpieces, we can't always find what we're looking for. And when that happens, which happens quite a lot, well, we simply create our own. So I'm going to give you an example now. So at the moment, if you follow us at all on social media, you might notice that we're doing a lot of blue and white tablescapes. So chinoiserie is the term for that. And I was looking actually for some decor to form a centerpiece for our beautiful blue and white tea sets and dinner services. So this is the tea set that I'm actually going to be using for one of our afternoon teas. And when I couldn't find something, I'll show you what I did. I went out and bought some shabby chic candlesticks. I've got one here, and we gave it the Wish Upon a Star touch. And now I think hopefully you'll agree that it does match our teacup and saucer perfectly. And we did go a step further than that as well, and we also hand decorated some chargers, some charger plates. Here's one here, and I think they're going to look super underneath our dinner service. That's that one. And of course, Halloween and Thanksgiving, that's really what we're talking about, isn't it, today? So I've done the same thing with some pumpkins. I bought some plain white pumpkins at a local craft store, and we've done a touch of decoupage on these, and I think they're quite pretty. Hope you agree. But my favourite one actually is this one, and again it was plain white, but it does have some lovely cut-out shapes, some kind of lattice cut-out shapes here, and I painted the stem gold, actually decoupaged it, and you could, if you wanted to, of course, put in some faux tea light. What I'm going to do is put in a string of fairy lights, and you'll see that later actually, because when the lights go down and we light the candles and put the fairy lights in here, well, it's going to cast a magical glow over our table. So that's something you could do quite easy. Well, it's not that easy to do, but if you want to join me on one of our online tutorials or one of our crafternoon tea parties, then of course it'll be hands-on and you can actually see how to do that yourself. So those are some of the things that we do, and I did mention actually that that we were going to elevate some pumpkins to another level, and so let me give you a little example of that. So again, I bought several pumpkins in our local craft store. Here's one of them here. They're really pretty, very inexpensive. They cost just a couple of pounds each, and they're kind of they're soft, velvety, and what you could do is buy them in several colours to match your colour scheme, and then of course group them together on the table, and I think that would look very pretty. But I've got some other ideas. So I didn't actually like the brown stem. It didn't really go with anything that we were doing. So just got hold of some project enamel in gold and some glitter glue, and what I've actually done is to literally paint the stem in gold, and I've then put some kind of glitter stripes along it, just tried some texture. And the other thing I've done, as you can see, I've decorated this one. It took all of 5 minutes, and it might look as if it was quite difficult or fiddly to do. It really wasn't. Let me show you how easy it is. So what I've used, and this is from Hobbycraft. I don't get any commission, by the way. I'm just want to share this with you. And I bought this little box of adhesive gems, but actually it's like a double row of tiny pearls, seed pearls I think you'd call them. And this is how they look in the strip. And all I did was to peel off, just measure obviously how much I need, peel off the back, and I'm just going to do the last one to show you. If I just turn that round, there we go, and you just literally follow the seam going down the pumpkin, and it really is as easy as that. And you'll notice that I put in some little single pearls, just randomly put those in, and they're simply pins with pearls on their heads, and that's the finished pumpkin there. And then I've made another one. Again, I've done exactly the same with the stem. This is how it looked a few minutes ago. This is how it looks now. And again, it's also from Hobbycraft actually. I bought some self-adhesive blingy gems. I've got one left here, so I want to show you just how easy it is. And we'll just literally stick that on here, and then you've got a really pretty pumpkin here. And the other thing is, of course, if you do something like this with these self-adhesive gems, then they're just as easy to peel off, and then you can decorate something else as well. So yeah, I just think they're a really good idea and so simple. Now, two things that you could do with these pumpkins once you've decorated all your pumpkins. The first thing is, of course, you can let them form part of your table centrepiece all along the middle of the table, with some other things as well, which I'm going to show you when you see the finished tablescape. But my other idea is, if you are inviting family and friends over, either for lunch, tea or a dinner party, well, what you could do is buy a pumpkin for each guest, decorate them all differently, and then on each place setting in front of your guest, you can place one of the pumpkins, and then of course you can say to them that this is a gift for them to take home to remind them of the time they have spent in your company, and that will perhaps give them a little memory of you and of the event, just so that they have something to remember you by. So I think that would be quite a nice thing to do. That's just another idea. So well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. As I say, there's some photos coming up now, so please stay with me if you can. And if you decide to create your own table decor, then I'd love to see some photos or videos. Perhaps you could share them on our Facebook pages or on Instagram. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then please don't forget to subscribe, and then you'll be notified as soon as we upload another video. Thank you today for your company, and I hope you'll join me next time. Take care. So that's really what I wanted to say today. Pumpkins are going to feature a lot in our tablescapes for the next month, because I'm also going to be putting together a Thanksgiving tablescape, and that's for our family and friends in America. I really want to honour them as well, and I think Thanksgiving has such lovely sentiments that that's something I do want to get involved in. So yes, over in Old Blighty we're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving too. So please watch out for the next video on Thanksgiving. So that's really what I wanted to say today. If you are getting into the spirit of things, oh, no pun intended there, but if you're getting into the spirit of Halloween, then I hope you all have a really spooky time and enjoy it. And I'm really not a party pooper, but I'm just going to leave those beautiful Halloween tablescapes to the stylists that really enjoy doing them. And I'll stick with our type of tablescapes for the time being. By the way, on this one, I'm actually using my tea sets and my dinner service and my chargers that are my new favourites at the moment. I'm following a trend that's been really hot for 2023, and that is chinoiserie. So please look out for that video too, because I'm going to be talking all about chinoiserie and why I love it so much. That's it for now, and remember, invite your family and friends over, entertain more at home if you can. The best times are had, I believe, when gathered around a table. So enjoy the time together that you spend with your family and friends. And remember, whatever you do it with style. Ideally, wish upon a style.